Please stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we beseech your divine guidance in this meeting. Keep us ever mindful of our obligation. Grant us, dear Lord, wisdom, tolerance, and courage that we may well serve our county and fulfill our trust. Amen.
Amen. Would move to approve the minutes of May 5th and May 7th.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes. Okay, next up, we have a proclamation presentation. So here we go. A resolution proclaiming May 2026 as Older Americans Month and May 20th, 2026 as Senior Day in Medina County. Whereas May is Older Americans Month, a time for us to recognize and honor Medina County older Americans' contributions, highlight aging trends, and reaffirm commitments to serving older adults in Medina County. And whereas this year's theme, Champion Your Health, focuses on prevention, wellness, and personal responsibility as cornerstones of healthy aging. It encourages older adults to take an active role in their health, advocating for themselves, assessing preventive care, and making informed decisions that support independence. And whereas communities and individuals alike can take steps to champion health and advance healthy aging by encouraging older adults to stay up to date on preventative screenings, build and maintain social connections, and support emotional well-being, choose nutritious, minimally processed foods, incorporate regular physical activity to maintain strength and mobility, and practice daily habits that support mental health and resilience. And whereas Medina County residents must take every opportunity to advocate and encourage older adults to maintain their health and independence in the community and be Medina County superheroes. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the Board of Commissioners of Medina County, Ohio, do hereby proclaim May 2026 as Older Americans Month and May 2026 to be Senior Day in Medina County.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have Laura here who we would like to come up and
Roll.
talk about. Oh, sorry, roll.
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes, sorry.
I also have Sarah Poling, who's here. It's the chair of our advisory council. If you could come up, and then Kimberly Velko is on our foundation. If you could come up, and then Kim Mull is the supervisor of the agency. So I have a few visitors.
All right, come on up. There's your proclamation.
And then Joanne also works. She's just here for the photo, though.
Here you go. You have to hold this.
All right.
You guys come on. Come on in. Tell you guys today. Yes.
Yeah, move over this way.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So she's not falling off the ledge, yeah. That'd be a great job.
Keep those smiles.
3 times he said right.
Okay.
So you can get
All right,
his
we
eyes
should-
open. Yeah.
Thank you.
Laura, you didn't want to say anything about your event, or come on back up. Oh, you're stuck. You got it. You got it. Okay. Do we have any public comment regarding any pending resolutions today? Okay, we're going to move on to resolutions. County engineer, we have Dan Becker here.
Morning.
Morning.
One resolution for your consideration. That's accepting and awarding the bid for the 2026 County and Township Pavement Marking Project. And then our weekly permits.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Good, thanks.
Next up, we have Jeremy Cinco, our sanitary engineer.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
2 resolutions for consideration. The first is approving a change order to the construction manager at risk agreement with Great Lakes Construction for the Chippewa wastewater treatment plant project and increasing the guaranteed maximum price to meet Build America, Buy America requirements. And the second is accepting and awarding the bid for the Chippewa and Lake Road water main replacement project.
Move to approve both resolutions.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy. Next up, we have Denise Testa from Planning.
Good morning. I have one resolution approving change order number 1 with a client professional services agreement with Kleinfelder to assist with the submittal of the PY26 Community Development Block Grant application.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes. Thank you. Thanks, Denise. Next up, we have Holly Murin from Human Resources.
Good morning.
Good morning.
On our personnel changes resolution today, we have 1 new hire in Job and Family Services, 6 rate increases, 2 at Job and Family Services, 1 at County Home, 1 in Human Resources, and 2 at Solid Waste District, and 1 resignation in Maintenance.
You want to do your second?
Oh, we got our table of organization change for
building
building department. Sorry.
Move to approve both resolutions.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Holly. Next up, we have Brett Thomas, our Finance Director.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Hey, Brett.
I have 8 resolutions for you today. Our first one is revenue adjustments for various funds. This is the county home's monthly allowance for the primary one, and then we have a change for the sanitary engineers just for a missed deposit. And our second resolution is cash transfer for the county home's levy fund. Our third resolution is our print shop revenue for the month in the amount of $3,680.94. Our fourth resolution is our gasoline rotary fund for the month, and that is in the amount of $23,497.05. Our fifth resolution is accepting the 2026 Unified Narcotics Interdiction Team subgrant with the Office of Criminal Justice for the Sheriff's Office. This is a grant for $183,181.68 for the period of calendar year 2026. Our sixth resolution is expenses for the county engineer, a training for traffic control and safety. Our seventh resolution is expenses for other county officials. We do have one out of state for this one, for the Fiddler Symposium for the Recorder's Office in Rock Island, Illinois. And our eighth and final resolution is our weekly bills in the amount of $3,456,339.32. This number is a little large because we actually have a couple large payouts for the sanitary engineers as well as for solid waste for quarterly payments for contracted services as well as for Hinckley Wastewater Treatment Plant.
Move to approve the 8 resolutions.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Next up, we have Matt Springer, our County Administrator.
Good morning. Just one resolution. This
Brett.
is accepting
Hey, Brett.
bids.
Can you stick around for discussion session? Thanks.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm accepting bids for the Medina County Career Center South Campus Parking Lot Replacement Project. This was obviously a commissioner-owned property that we entered into a 30-year lease with the Career Center. The low bid was received from Melway Paving Company in the amount of $504,189.75, significantly less than the engineer's estimate, which was $635,000.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Matt. Next up, we have department updates. First up, we have Greg Brown from the County Home.
Good morning. Starting out with census, we're currently at 43 residents and 3 adult daycare. Staffing shortages. Yesterday, we had a first shift aide start with her first day, so we're at 1 position full-time for first shift that's open. Second shift has 2 positions, and third shift has 2 positions as well. As of last resolution, all the PRN aide positions are filled, so with everybody coming back from college, we're doing well for the summer, so that's great. We still have open positions for PRN nurses. Capital improvements, the tub room conversion to a shower is complete. It's being used. It's great. Can't believe it took me that long to do that. Memory Builders did a great job on it. Now we're starting to get quotes to renovate the pavilion. It was in the 70s that it was built. We use it every summer. In fact, starting on the 28th of this month, we'll eat lunches once or twice a week outside. So it's used a lot for that and for all of our events. And Laura and Nate gave me some good people to contact. For donations, Crop King is still producing lettuce. Holy Martyrs Church, Panera Bread every Friday. The community is always so gracious with lots of donations. And the Kiwanis of Medina, 5 Easter hams, which were eaten at the Easter meal by the residents. Past events, March was National Social Worker Month. Amy Perrine and Amber Checkeye were celebrated. Outback Ray did come. His menagerie of animals was really great. It was in the commissioner's newsletter, and big thanks to the Senior Services Network. They gave us the grant that paid for him to come, for the food afterwards, and for the decorations. And I had mentioned the Kiwanis of Medina, they always have their Easter ham sale. Four of the members donated hams. 421, the resident volunteer pizza party. So at the county home, the residents have the ability to volunteer to do things from sweeping, planting, napkin folding, right? All these things, clothes, but the big one is dishwashing, and so that's the big show. They got a luncheon for that. And then on the 27th, because April is National Volunteer Month, we also reach out to our community volunteers, and we did a catered event for them to come in and to be celebrated for their contributions to the county home. 5-3, down on the farm with the Clutters. We've transitioned from going to the fairgrounds now to their actual residence, and it's phenomenal. Another amazing time. May 6th through the 12th, which is today's last day, National Nurses Week. Always big celebration at the home. Miranda, Vicky, Deb, Shonda, and Megan are our nurses, and they were definitely honored during that time. And 5/11, Access the Arts was yesterday. They did some dream catchers. Upcoming events, May 20th, in fact, was Medina County Senior Day. That Miranda Yost will be at the event. It's superheroes. It's going to be a great table. She's definitely prepared herself for that one. Access the Arts is coming again to do some music. June 11th to the 17th is Certified Nursing Assistant Week. So once again, we'll be fully decorated for that event as well. Laura, I guessed on this one, but I put 6/12 is when the picnics on the patio start. 6/5, okay, even sooner. All right, our summer celebrations coming up for the residents as well. It's always sponsored by the Friends of Medina County Home. And then on the 28th of June is our Memorial Day, 4th of July, Christmas in July event with the Clutters as well. Some of the maintenance projects that have happened at the home, we've had RJ Vernac come and work on our walk-in cooler. There for a while, it was deciding that it didn't want to stay at temperature where it was supposed to, so they came and helped us. Geauga Mechanical's been there for our VRV since it's will eventually warm up. We'll be needing our AC again. And then Nate from the Park District loaned us Travis and the tractor to till up our garden. I always say this will be the best year ever, so we'll see if that's true. And then the most recent one, and a huge thanks, is to Andy Conrad and Dan Becker. They came to our back parking lot. They expanded it. They had some grindings from a local area, put them in there, tamped them down, and now we've got this very nice, usable backspace. And that'll be in the newsletter as well.
Very good.
That's all I have.
Great.
Thanks so much.
Great, thank you.
Good.
Okay, next up, we thought we had Tiffany, but we have Philip here today.
No, we don't. Sorry, was that too delayed?
That's
No, we don't.
okay. The delay was noted. Understood. Well, I don't have as many fun things as you just heard from the county home, but it is Mental Health Awareness Month in May. I know a lot of us take care of ourselves physically. We also got to take care of ourselves mentally, and as well as those that we care for or come in contact with. So I'll just provide you with an update of some of the numbers and things that happened from the period of January through March.
We continue we have 44 supportive housing units that we have a waiting list on those as well. We have 10 individuals currently in adult group homes, costing an average of $3,500 a month per each client there. We still work very closely with the Next Step Up, and our Northland 2 property is also for homeless individuals as well. So we are working together there. Forensic cases that are taking up a lot of the bed space still at the state, which has caused us then to seek civil and other commitments in private. Well, those cost as well, so we're working with the state. The state has the system. They're the ones that are supposed to and are required to house and work with these individuals, but when it's full, it falls on us. Forensic cases in the jail continue to be high. As a reminder, those are competency hearings, those that need that assistance or have to go into another higher level of care. And what happens then is when they are released, we have to monitor them in the community, a lot of times for life. So those continue to increase as well. So just to kind of now move into the service agencies, the main ones that we contract with, Alternative Paths, Guidestone, as well as Catholic Charities. You know that Alternative Paths has locations in Wadsworth, Lodi, Brunswick, and Medina, so we're trying to reduce transportation barriers. Guidestone has 2 Medina locations, and they meet in the homes, schools. They're all over there. And we have Catholic Charities, who has works over here right by the health department or in that building, as well as comes out to St. Ambrose and does some work out there. Okay, so we saw a total of suspense. I think she glued it. There it is. Okay. So January through March, those 3 agencies served a total of 7,079 clients. That's 91% adult, 9% youth. Of those, 1,941 or 31% of the adults and 215 or 35% of the youth received psychiatric services. 372 or 60% of the youth were diagnosed with a serious emotional disorder or disturbance. We still are operating the Youth Resiliency Center, and that continues to see more traffic and positive outcomes. The 24/7 Crisis and Behavioral Helpline through Alternative Paths. During this reporting period, they had 848 crisis engagements. Of those, 51 individuals verbalized suicidal thoughts. 83 referrals were made directly from law enforcement for crisis intervention. We have a local outreach to suicide survivors team. Unfortunately, that was dispatched 4 times. And it's important to note that family and friends of those who have completed suicide are at a higher risk of attempting to complete on their own. Okay, moving into then the recovery supports. And for those of you, we highlight these programs that are really directly touched by the Human Services Levy funding. So we're very thankful about that. But last week on Thursday, we had the awesome opportunity that we had Secretary of the Human Services, John F. Kennedy Jr., visited the Hope Recovery Community. We had a panel. We had a couple individuals.
Robert.
Did I say John?
Yeah, I guess you did.
He was already here, so I can say that. Junior. It goes by Bobby. We'll call him Bobby, and we'll be done with it. But he took time out, and he came, and he sat at a round table. He spent a lot of time with us. He went then to the farm. I had an opportunity to participate in that round table. I know several of you, and we had a lot of people in the audience as well. Then he took some time, and he went and saw the farm. He came out because they acknowledge what we're doing here in Medina County. And he really wants to make it as a model for other counties, other states, to utilize what we're doing, what works and such. So there's definitely follow-up. I had the opportunity also on the round table to sit with the director of the Department of Behavioral Health, Ms. Moretti. So we had a lot of networking going there. So that was pretty cool, actually, right? Interesting to see. They had all that, all the security was there, right? Everything was in, out, whatever. No joking. I tried, but that didn't work. So, so with the recovery supports, just as a reminder, the Hope Recovery Community they operate the 24/7 Hope Link program.
During this reporting period, they had 217 calls. They have 10 certified peer recovery supporters, and there are 4 additional ones at Ohio Guidestone, which Guidestone's seeing a total of 54 clients in their peer recovery as well. There's Hope Recovery Community has peer support in the jail to help inmates transition back into the community. They linked 87 individuals to detox, residential treatment, or recovery housing. And that's all paid for by us when insurance isn't there. But there's that great relationship working where Hope Recovery Community can field the calls. They have somebody who's can speak the language, work with them and such, and then they connect with one of our agencies we provide support for. So there's a gatekeeper there and with that recovery, and it works out very well. Let's see. So MAT, we have MAT available in the county. It starts and sometimes in the jail, so that's something relatively new. And there's approximately 52 individuals per month that receive MAT through Ohio Guidestone or Alternative Paths.
Explain what MAT is.
Medication-assisted treatment,
Okay.
so to help with individuals, mostly for the opioid, but there's also some for alcoholism as well. So, some recovery housing. So we can house 12 women at our level 3 Discovery Recovery House. We have 11 there currently. And there are 44 male recovery beds and 3 women's beds throughout the county. And they are expanding. They added a couple based on some One Ohio County funding. They added 4 beds to the farm recovery. And they are in the process of turning the town motel, is that this way?
That way, yeah.
Okay. Into recovery housing that will serve men, women, and families as well. So that's pretty neat. And really, at this point then, we are just looking forward to our fiscal year funding and what the state's going to be doing there. But other than that, once again, we can't do a lot of this stuff without support from the social services levy, so we're very thankful. Any questions?
We're good.
Do you know the timeline on the town motel?
Yeah.
No.
It's nice because there's walkability to some stuff from there.
Yes.
That's what's really nice about it, yeah.
And they went to the city, and they when they proposed it, and there were several residents that came to the city in support of
That's awesome.
having Hope
That's
Recovery
great.
Community
Yeah.
take that over. So.
That's been a location the city's had their eye on for a while, and I think that's a great reutilization of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
definitely,
The way that they've
definitely.
done things, it's going to look nice. It really will.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, do we have any public comment? Okay, discussion, County Recorder Linda Hoffman, do you have anything?
No, thank you.
Laura, do you have anything? Okay.
This is what happens when Laura goes on vacation.
I know, I can't, I gotta
keep
get
us
all my
updated.
words in little bits.
That's okay.
So I'll have bad news and good news, which, it's better than bad news and worse news, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the good news.
right.
Senior Day is Wednesday, May 20th. It's out at the fairgrounds. Starts at 9:30. The theme is superheroes, so get your capes out.
Okay.
But we all know not all heroes wear capes, so. No, it will be a fantastic event. So I'm looking forward to, hopefully all of you can make that. The other thing I really wanted to talk about is the farmers market update. That is run by the Ohio Department of Aging and the Ohio Department of Agriculture. I say that before the darts come out. So last year we had over 400 people apply for vouchers. The state of Ohio and Medina County both had utilization in the 60th percentile for a variety of reasons. We were told right after I came and talked to you last time that only 179 people in Medina County were going to get access to those vouchers. So the window opened and the window closed. I have no answers. They put limits on every county. I'm not sure if it's a funding issue or if it's when they used to give out the physical vouchers, we were always around, in the 200s. I don't know where the decision came from. I honestly don't. But we're going to work with it. There is a waiting list, so people can still apply. We really, really want people to apply because we do have ways of our foundation supports people with food insecurity. I'm going to reach out to other local agencies such as Feeding Medina County and see if they can help out with seniors who may not get the access to produce that they had last year.
And that's a very unfortunate effect of this too, is that if you don't have the resource, people aren't going to raise their hand for it. If they don't raise their hand, they're not on our radar for
Yeah.
other opportunities, which
Absolutely.
has a spiral effect.
But what I do have is the list from last year, so, and that includes phone numbers and emails, so we can do some outreach if they're not on this year and see where people are at and what help they might need, because that's kind of our big list. But it was very disappointing.
Yeah.
I know the Gazette did a great job over the weekend of having an article about how to apply, and, you know, the window's already closed, so it's just very unfortunate news, but I thought it's important. I need to get up here and say, hey, this is going on. But Senior Adult Services is very committed to trying to get food and fresh produce to people in Medina County. So
If there's any,
we'll work on it.
If there's any more information you find out that we can advocate for
Absolutely.
expanding that, we'd be happy. I'd be happy. I don't want to speak
Yeah.
for my fellow.
I got a
Be
very
very
vocal
happy.
advocate
Sure.
for this, for the people in the county with Sarah Polling, and
Yeah.
who rightly so brings it up monthly at our advisory council. Is very concerned because the other end of this is local farmers.
The farmers, right?
Right.
That's
Right.
that's the obvious.
We have local farmers that are supplying food, and you know, to cut it by more than half of people who are eligible to get those vouchers
So you
is
don't know
a
whether it
big
was
deal.
because of utilization or because the overall budget?
I don't think it was. I mean,
cut?
our utilization was no better, no worse than any other county.
Got it.
It's
Okay.
been low since they switched to an all online
Yeah,
program.
I know. The
And that's-
online
yeah.
confused things, yeah.
If they wanted utilization to go up, I think we all know the solution to
Correct.
that. It would
Absolutely.
be to bring back the paper version of it, but
Yeah.
yeah, either way, if you learn more, or as you learn more, where we can direct feedback on that topic, I'd be happy to.
That would be wonderful.
All right,
I will
great.
keep you all
Thank you.
informed,
All right.
as
And
well
I-
as Miss Polling.
I've yet to determine which one of Jack Swedick's 50 superhero T-shirts he's going to let me borrow for your event. That hasn't been decided yet, but we'll see.
That's fantastic.
Okay.
I will have for the Brunswick Senior Expo. I had an inflatable costume. I do not
Yes.
have that for
Oh, okay.
for Senior Day. I'm going with a different look. No, thank you so much.
All right. Denise, do you have anything else? Okay. Steve, you're up.
Yeah, what I had put in the packet the information from the McDAC, or Drug Advisory Committee. It met yesterday. The application is just for your recollection. When it was sent out, that there are three priorities, or there are funding priorities. The first is the Drug Task Force gets funded first. Secondly, the school resource officers, and then if there's any additional funds, any other applications that meet the requirements that are outlined in that section of code that's part of the levy language. There was a lot of discussion because the applications, there was only one that was submitted from Lodi that wasn't currently being funded. And as you know, this year, the Drug Task Force actually reduced their request. As you know, the sheriff took over the operations of that and was
Yes.
able to reduce the budget significantly and find some additional efficiencies. And I last heard from him yesterday that there's some additional funding that actually the Drug Task Force is going to be awarded. So they're if you will, the money issues, and there was a whole lot more than to be able to distribute. So the hope was, at least there was the two options that were presented, option one and option two. Option one actually did not consider the Lodi Police Department's request for a canine officer, and then option two did include that as part of the, if you will, the formula. And if you will look at the applications that, what I did is I looked through the applications for funding and saw that in the process, I guess, trying to understand in each of these, the variance between them. And there are three departments that have four, three, that have actually no applicant share. In other words, when they get funded, they get funded, and the other ones, of course, were required or did have an applicant share. I tried figuring out how many full-time officers for SROs, how many hours, the total project cost per hour, and then, of course, the grant dollars that they were asking for per, and there was a pretty wide variance, as you can see from the chart in there. And then what I did is I also then calculated and said, well, if they go and allow Lodi, as you know, Forrest Thompson has been an advocate for expanding the grants beyond the current recipients. And so I said, well, based on that additional cash, everybody would have seen actually an increase if Lodi was that. Went through that list, and as you can see, anywhere from a 9% to a 22% increase. The sheriff was the only one who was actually going to get a slight decrease on that. The board chose at this point not to fund Lodi. Not because they were, I'll just say, they met the grant guidelines, but it seems that the understood, I guess, decision-making or matrix that's used is if you're not currently funded, you're not going to be considered. And in fact, that was pointed out that other departments didn't apply. They could have applied, but they know they're not going to get anything, so they won't bother.
Well, the priority in the last 7 years of the board has been the drug task force number 1 and then
Right.
the SROs number 2.
Right, yeah,
That
right.
has been the two
But
priorities.
But then why did we put in the grant applications that third category?
I think
We're misleading.
Right, it's part of the bylaws, I believe, yeah.
No, it's our grant application. We can change it. If we're not going to, and if the board's not going to consider anything other than SROs and the drug task force, we need to say that. And I just think it's misleading. It's not a competitive grant because it comes down to is they just, and one of the issues, I'll just say one of my issues is that almost every member there except for Forrest and Bob Blasco, who's the ESC superintendent, have an interest in it. You're expecting every one of those board members to vote against their own best interest. It's, in other words, if they know they're going to give money to anybody that's not at the table, they're going to lose some. And that's a problem when you have almost everybody but two that have an actual interest in that. And I think that we need to consider that for future decisions. I think, likewise, there was a discussion about this, and they're going to be looking at a matrix or a methodology for the next round of grants where they can actually score these, because frankly, the group didn't as a group go through the grants. I'm not even sure. Some of them knew what the other departments were asking for. All they knew is what their own department was asking for. And I think that in terms of an advisory group for a grant, it's supposed to be a competitive grant, you should have a proper evaluation of those grants and those applications. There's the inconsistency between them. The standard is SRO, 1,600 hours. Okay, that's the basis of the school year. But other than that, as you can see, there's a lot of variance, whether they do a share, whether they don't do a share, what they include, what they don't include. Some included equipment, some did. So I think that application, I think they are going to form a committee, evaluate that, take a look at the application, as well as make some recommendations as to what the methodology ought to be used for funding. And I realize that I guess this was something that had been come up the last several years, but if you're going to put a grant out and say these are the 3 categories, but never fund that third category because there's not enough money to go around for the other 2, then you're just kind of misleading any public agency that they have the chance. And it's Lodi, is maybe just stubborn enough, like, we're going to keep asking. Rob Geisman was there.
I don't think historically they've been the only village that was turned down because SROs are the priority. Right. So, but I don't disagree with you that if it's going to be consistently the SROs on the drug task force, that the grant application should be changed. I don't disagree with that premise at all.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And in the alternative,
Yeah.
in a world where costs go down, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that, that's all that likely, but if there were more money there, what I would want is that third category to continue to exist, so
We had more money. We had $128,000 more.
Well-
And what happened is none of it went to Lodi. They went to only the people that still were at the table.
But I was saying,
And we did have more money.
even that doesn't cover the ask that's
Well, and
requested
I guess that's the
today.
point. So there's never going to be enough
Right.
to fund with the DAC levy, because I doubt we're going to go for an increase in a property tax. So over the next number of years,
Yeah.
we're going to have up until the net levy comes up in 4 or 5 years, until that happens, we're going to have a pretty stable amount. So I think we just ought to be honest with, okay,
Yep.
these are the two priorities, this is what we're going to fund, and not create an expectation out there.
In a
And-
world where
and I
it's not
said,
enough today, it's not going to be enough in the future.
Yeah, it's,
Yep.
and those are our priorities. I'm fine with that.
Yep.
But I just, but to hear is like, well, we heard formally you had it in there, but informally we knew we weren't going to get it, so we didn't bother. And I think that's unfortunate. I think we really need to be honest in our grant application and say what we're going to fund, what the priorities are. And I obviously support very strongly them looking at a methodology and trying to rank some of these, especially when we start evaluating people or departments that are actually putting nothing in.
Right.
They're basically, they're no applicant share whatsoever, and I'm not sure how many grants we ever get that are 100%, that we don't have to put something in. Even when we do grants and so forth, we usually expect the applicant to put something in.
Sure.
I think that those standards, I think, and Forrest brought that up as well, that I think we just ought to be doing that just as we look to modify it for the next cycle.
Okay, I do appreciate that the
Okay.
sheriff has found cost savings for the drug task force. That's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, that was great.
Maybe there'll be more to come.
Yeah,
Yep.
that would be great.
Yeah. So that's all I had.
Okay, so option 1 it is, and that will go on resolution. Okay, Steve, do you have anything else?
Nope.
Aaron, do you have anything?
Yeah, Brett asked you to stick around. You had sent a memo about this Diamond Point Consulting payments that we've continued to get requests for payments from the auditor's office.
Correct.
And this is contrary, yeah, why don't you come on up here?
Otherwise, I'll get handed that microphone
That's
that I
right.
never remember to turn on.
That's right. So, can you just give a little bit of an overview of the kind of the first step where you push the pause, and then what's happened since? Because I just wanted to make sure I'm tracking it correctly. But there has been additional invoices even after you had said that you're going to stop.
Correct.
We're going to stop paying.
So originally, when I had sent my April 1st memo over to the auditor's office, there were two parts to that. One was letting them know that there were two parts that I had said that we were no longer going to continue paying because they were questionable at best for processes for Ohio Revised Code. Both opened us up to the potential for findings for recovery for audit. One was obviously the payment to the videographer, photographer. This was something that you guys have since signed the affidavit for, and we are in process of going down that road. The other was in regard to Diamond Point Consulting, which is actually an LLC kind of wrapper for a man named Dennis DiCamillo, who is an attorney functioning as a consultant for the auditor's office. Mr. DiCamillo functions in many forms for them, doing various work, but some of the work, at least some of the work, is definitively for HR work and legal work on their behalf, which of course we can't have people doing legal work for county offices that is not the prosecutor until the prosecutor recuses himself.
And the other statutory requirements of file load, which I think
Correct.
involves us passing a resolution and among other things. Yep.
So I had laid that out in my April 1st memo to him, stating that we will no longer be allowing those invoices to be paid until such time as he illustrates that process has been completed. Either show us that the prosecutor has recused himself, allow you guys to go through the process of doing it through a resolution, allowing him to hire outside counsel, just basically follow the appropriate steps.
So what's the amount of the invoice that we received subsequent to that memo?
$5,100 and some odd dollars. I have it on my desk.
Okay.
but-
Yeah, I was thinking it was in the realm of $5,000. So, excuse me. I just wanted to make sure that we were continuing to follow through on our pledge, that we're not, none of the bills that we've approved this week have included any payments there, because there's additional evidence of that HR function being performed by that specific individual.
Correct.
So I just wanted to confirm that those things are, our answer hasn't changed on that. Our approach to that hasn't changed any
No.
really since the beginning of April.
Correct. I have two such instances verified of the continuation of performing HR functions.
Yeah. Well, and I'm going to
I
have to
guess,
go. Oh, go ahead, Steve.
To be
sorry.
more explicit, he's actually terminating employees.
Yeah, I think on auditor letterhead. I saw
Unless
the
editor
signature.
letterhead as a consultant terminate, actually taking action to terminate.
I
As-
don't know how a consultant signs their name to letterhead. That I don't understand the legal relationship there either. So there's a lot of continuing questions, and I'm going to have to look back because I remember this is just my recollection. I'm going to look back at the record of our budget hearing, but I thought we asked specifically and were told specifically that he wasn't performing any of the HR function. You remember
I
that
was
too,
going to
Matt?
say, if it saves you looking it up, that is absolutely correct.
Because that's been a concern of mine, frankly, since we've had this long run of getting complaints from that office and some things that are still non-public that have come out where things are being done up there that don't follow proper protocols, and it exposes the county to additional risk when the person performing that function is of questionable legal capacity. And even if everything else was done correctly, that is a flaw that can expose the county to additional liability, which is why it's been a problem that I've had. But then it's also seemed that consistently when something was done incorrectly, this is the name that was attached to it. And it's been an ongoing problem. And so that's why I wanted to just make sure we're at least the element that we have control over, we're exerting that control by not paying any more of those invoices.
And to be clear, that is exactly the basis for my office's choice to refuse that from April 1st going forward, has been based off of the fact that these actions do actually create a considerable liability to the county.
Sure.
Even in the idea
Or at
of
least
just
risk
having
of liability.
There is certainly a cost that is attached.
Yeah.
And so we have held firm on that. So that cost was denied. It was approved by their staff and submitted through our systems, and then subsequently on my end was denied.
And we haven't heard, because I did see you'd sent a follow-up message. You haven't heard anything back
No,
in
I have
in response to those requests? Okay.
In what seems to be becoming quite typical, I have heard no response.
Okay. Thank you for sticking around, because I just wanted to clarify my understanding of that was correct, and that was why I wanted to stick around. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Matt, did you have anything?
I actually have one more.
Okay, sir.
It was requested that I announce the date of our Medina County hosted NOACA meeting. It will be the end of June. I think I mistakenly may have alluded to the beginning of June, so I think it's June 26.
26.
And we are hosting that meeting.
Okay, where?
Medina County is hosting the meeting at LMRE headquarters.
Okay.
So it is technically within the boundaries of Medina County. So, but good opportunity for the folks on the NOACA board to come down to Medina County. Also, a great opportunity, I think, for some of the local, stakeholders, to use NOACA terminology, who want to see how that process operates, how those board meetings operate, they're just like here, there are public comment opportunities at NOACA board meetings as well. So I'd like to see Medina County be well represented there. And I also,
What time is it? Do we know?
It'll start at 9:00.
Okay.
And I'll continue to make announcements. This kind of the traveling, Steve, you've mentioned, we've done that in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And it was brought back last year when
good.
Christopher Nain was the chair. And got to give credit to him, and then also to Mayor Bibb for continuing the process this year. So Medina County is going to have an opportunity to host. So I'm looking forward to having that opportunity to show. I mean, they'll see a lot of Medina County on their way to LMRE.
Well, this year from Lorraine, they'll just cut
That's right.
across.
Yeah. So, but no, I think it's a good opportunity to kind of showcase the county.
So like you'll be the main host.
I will be.
Yeah,
Which
that's
means I'll
awesome.
probably need to stay for the whole meeting.
That's all right.
Capacity.
I
I know they put us in the overflow on Sunday.
No, that's
let
a
me
huge-
double
that's
check,
a
but I
huge-
think
Yeah, it is
That's a
huge.
huge room.
It
that
is.
everybody's sense of
Let
that
me-
room. So you were at the meeting, I think, up in Lorraine,
Yeah, so
where the room was
Magneto.
probably a little too big. This room is a little bit smaller than that, but it should house the number of expected attendees. So that's.
Because you probably expect less of attendance.
I mean, I think
Inconvenient.
well, I don't know if it'll be less because we might have more folks from Medina County. So we'll see. Maybe the Medina County contingent will make up for the
Yeah, but
difference.
you only have 3 votes.
Right. 4.
What, 40?
We have 4 technically. 4 votes. Yep.
That's all right.
Okay, so we have one last thing that is kind of sad for us all today is Sarah from the Gazette's last day with us. She is moving on to new adventures. We're very excited for her. But we wanted to say thank you. You've always been very fair with the county. You're very good with your reporting of the facts and accurate, and we've appreciated you, and we just wanted to say thank you so much. Okay, with that, I will entertain a motion.
Yeah, to move to go into executive session for the purpose to discuss pending litigation.
Second.
Roll.
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes, we will not be coming back after.